Spring 2026 Denim Trends You Need to Know Now Must-Have Jeans Guide. Welcome to Fashion Trend Updates. Welcome to Fashion Trend Updates, where I break down the latest trends and turn them into real wearable inspiration. Today, I'm diving into Spring 2026 denim trends and the must-have jeans you need to know right now. I think denim is one of the most personal pieces in any wardrobe, yet it constantly evolves in subtle ways. Have you ever noticed how a simple change in denim silhouette can completely shift your entire style? The evolution of denim this season. I think Spring 2026 denim feels more refined compared to previous years. In my experience, trends are moving away from extremes and toward balance. What I find interesting is how designers are focusing on versatility rather than shock value. It makes denim feel more relevant to everyday life. Relaxed fits take the lead. I think relaxed fits are dominating the denim scene this season. In my experience, looser silhouettes offer both comfort and style. What I find interesting is how these shapes feel effortless without looking sloppy. They create a natural, confident look. Unlike skinny jeans' dominance, unlike the era when skinny jeans ruled everything, I think today's denim trends feel more forgiving and inclusive. In my experience, wider cuts allow more freedom in styling. What I find interesting is how this shift reflects a broader cultural move toward comfort. Feels more human.
я, ты будет тоже нам. Ты с тобой и тоже нам. И даже без меня. Ты, и знай ты, я понимаю ты, не знаю ты, я понимаю ты.
The return of straight-leg classics. I think straight-leg jeans are making a strong comeback. In my experience, they offer the perfect middle ground between fitted and loose. What I find interesting is how timeless they feel across different styles. They never really go out of fashion. Low-rise versus high-rise debate. I think the rise debate is becoming more balanced this season. In my experience, both low-rise and high-rise jeans are coexisting. What I find interesting is how personal preference is finally taking priority over strict trends. Which one do you naturally reach for? The power of lightwash denim. I think lightwash denim is defining the spring aesthetic. In my experience, it creates a softer and fresher look. What I find interesting is how lighter tones reflect the season's mood. They feel effortless and airy. Dark denim still holds value. I think dark denim still plays an important role despite seasonal shifts. In my experience, it offers a more polished and structured look. What I find interesting is how it transitions easily from day to night. It adds versatility. A surprising rise of minimal detailing. What surprises me is how minimal detailing is becoming more desirable. I think people are moving away from heavy distressing. In my experience, clean denim feels more elevated. Do you prefer simple jeans or more detailed designs?
С тобой отдушина, с тобой я, ты будет душина. Ты с тобой и душина, и даже бежина. Baby, и знай ты, baby, я понимаю ты, baby, меня знает ты, я понимаю ты.
Wide-leg jeans and their appeal. I think wide-leg jeans are one of the boldest trends this season. In my experience, they create strong silhouettes that stand out. What I find interesting is how they balance comfort with drama. They feel expressive. Cropped cuts for a modern look. I think cropped denim adds a fresh, modern edge. In my experience, it works especially well for spring styling. What I find interesting is how it highlights footwear choices. It brings attention to details.
с тобой отдушина, с тобой я, так будет душина. Ты с тобой и душина, и даже беженя. Baby, и знай ты, baby, я понимаю ты.
Denim styling feels more intentional. I think styling denim has become more thoughtful. In my experience, people are focusing on complete outfits rather than just the jeans. What I find interesting is how small styling choices make a big difference. It feels curated. Comfort as the new priority. I think comfort is now at the center of denim design. In my experience, rigid and restrictive jeans feel outdated. What I find interesting is how soft fabrics are redefining expectations. Changes how we move. Blending vintage and modern influences. I think vintage inspiration is shaping modern denim trends. In my experience, older styles are being reinterpreted in new ways. What I find interesting is how this blend creates depth in fashion. It feels nostalgic yet fresh. Denim as a personal statement. I think denim is one of the most personal style choices. In my experience, the right pair can define your look. What I find interesting is how different cuts express different personalities. It becomes identity. Why simplicity wins again? I think simple denim styles are becoming more powerful. In my experience, clean lines create a stronger impact. What I find interesting is how simplicity feels more confident. It doesn't try too hard.
С тобой отдушина, с тобой я, ты будет душина. Ты с тобой и душина, и даже бежина. Baby, и знаю ты, baby, я понимаю ты, baby, меня знаю ты, я понимаю ты.
From runway to everyday wear. I think runway denim trends are easier to adopt this season. In my experience, most styles translate well into daily outfits. What I find interesting is how accessible fashion feels right now. It invites experimentation. Choosing the right pair for you. I think finding the right jeans is about understanding your body and lifestyle. In my experience, trends should guide, not dictate. What I find interesting is how personal comfort influences confidence. It shapes your presence. The future of denim trends. I think denim will continue evolving in subtle ways rather than dramatic shifts. In my experience, the focus will remain on versatility and comfort. What I find interesting is how timeless pieces adapt over time. They stay relevant. Final thoughts and reflection. As I reflect on spring 2026 denim trends, I truly believe this season is about balance, comfort, and personal expression. I think the best jeans are the ones that make you feel confident and effortless at the same time. What denim style are you excited to try this season? If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to Fashion Trend Updates for more style insights and inspiration.